Thanks for following us on Expedition Extreme. My name's Sean Mayer. This next expedition starts off in Shawka, about 70 kilometers out of Dubai. The start point for the GPX tracks will be from the dam over here. We'll be heading through the Wadi, over the mountains, into a small village called Manama, where we'll swing a right and then head up towards the Ras Al Khaimah Dibba mountain range. We'll probably be spending the evening over there. Enjoy the trip. Thanks for watching.
Let me take the opportunity to discuss Wadi driving. As you can see from this clip, it's pretty rocky. This is washed away, and what was a well-graded gas track now becomes 50 meters of up and down through the rocks. So if you do not have strong tire walls and you don't believe in your tires, use a spotter, be safe, and get through here. The average 4x4 should make it through here, no problem. We had to use low range once or twice with some of the rutted areas, but 45% of it has already been graded. I would say within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it will be graded all the way through once again. So if you're up for a good 4x4 adventure, take this route within the next 2 to 3 weeks and you should have some great tracks. If not, wait a couple of weeks and it'll be graded and look pretty much like the footage you're looking at right now. Last thing about Wadi driving, with the rainy season upon us, check the forecast before planning a trip through the Wadis, and if there is any hint of rain, rather stick to the desert. Flash floods are not our friends when stuck down in these deep canyons.
So we've gone through Wadi Shawka. We started off the dam over there. Beautiful trip through. With the rains that we had a couple of weeks ago, the track's been washed out quite a bit. So it was a little bit more challenging than normal, but great. You know, this is why we buy 4x4 vehicles. We stopped over here at Sigi Dam. This is the first time in 11 years that I've ever seen this dam with water in it prior to the winter months when the rain comes. Great to see. It looks like we're going to have a good wet winter coming along. How spectacular is this? Somebody drew a line here and decided to make that the road and said, rocks, you stay this side, sand, you stay this side, and we've got the most spectacular road through, what is this, a mountain and a dune combined? Can't ask for better than this.
We spent about 120 kilometers off-road today, through the wadis, up into the mountains. This particular area has many camp spots available to you, so choose one that suits your preference. The sunsets over here are normally pretty spectacular. Camping season is definitely open. We had a great evening. It was started cooling down at one point that we actually started getting cold. So enjoy it. I think officially we could say we can start getting out there, light those fires, get the barbecues going, great conversation, great food, and really enjoy it. After a lovely evening around the campfire, we got up early, had some breakfast, and headed off to Fujairah Dam. This marks the end of the GPX track. Unfortunately, it's not as full as the rest of the dams, but I'm sure in the winter months this will fill up nicely and be a spectacular spot to end up on. We're only about 30 kilometers away from Aqah Beach Resort, so we've decided to head towards the beach. There's the free beach right next to the resort, and spend the day enjoying the ocean. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe, and we'll catch you off the beaten track.